even when you're not. A Stingray is a mobile device that masquerades as a cell phone tower. It's usually mounted in a police surveillance vehicle. Cell phones are constantly seeking the nearest tower, even when you're not making a call. Your phone could connect to the police Stingray when nearby and route data through the Stingray just like it would a cell tower. The data is relayed to a connected laptop, which displays and translates it for officers. Data is passed on to a cell tower. The phone's user will not know the difference. Police can get identification and telephone numbers for all cell phones that connect. Numbers dialed by a connected cell phone, including outgoing calls and texts, and the location of a connected phone.
Charlotte County Sheriff Bill Prummell is also guilty of using this unconstitutional device. This pretends to be a cell tower and gets everything your voice, text data and location. They are lying to the judge that it's just to get a pen tap register, which used to mean taping your old phone lines to get the phone numbers you are dialing and voice. This gets everyone who is in the area that isn't under investigation. And they are using it to witch out a warrant. They are also hiding the paperwork on it so we cannot find out who they are using it on. Court allows discovery of SPD's use of Stingray tracking device. Appellate Court allows ALCU case to proceed. By Jim Saunders. News Service of Florida. In a long-running dispute over the state's open records laws, a federal appeals court on Tuesday said the American Civil Liberties Union of Florida can delve into information about a Sarasota police officer's requests to use cell phone tracking devices. The ruling from the 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals raised questions about whether Sarasota Police Detective Michael Jackson was acting as a state law enforcement officer, or as a special deputy U.S. Marshal when he sought orders allowing the use of tracking devices. The distinction is important because Florida's Sunshine Law, which grants broad access to public records, could allow the ACLU to acquire Jackson's applications for the devices. A lower federal judge had concluded Jackson was acting as a federal agent and the records therefore were not public. In an 8-page decision, the appeals court said the case was improperly cut short, and that the ACLU should be able to obtain information through the legal discovery process. The decision does not resolve the underlying public records issue, but does allow the ACLU's argument that the records are public to proceed. The district court here erred when it completely denied the ACLU any opportunity to inquire into the capacity in which Mr. Jackson created, submitted, and/or maintained the requested documents, a fact which implicates both the merits of the ACLU's claim and the court's jurisdiction, said the ruling, written by Appeals Court Judge Adalberto Jordan and joined by Judges Julie Carnes and Harvey Schlesinger. The ACLU requested the records from Jackson as part of a broader inquiry in 2014 into the Sarasota Police Department's use of Stingray tracking devices, the Civil Liberties Group said in a brief filed with the appeals court. While the brief does not detail ACLU's interest in the information, an ACLU website describes Stingrays as invasive cell phone surveillance devices that mimic cell phone towers and send out signals to trick cell phones in the area into transmitting their locations and identifying information. When used to track a suspect's cell phone, they also gather information about the phones of countless bystanders who happen to be nearby. U.S. Justice Department attorneys, in a brief filed with the appeals court, said Jackson applied for court orders to use what are known as pen registers and trap and trace devices. The brief said the ACLU alleged police use such orders to also authorize the use of Stingray devices. The Justice Department argued that the ACLU's records request under the Sunshine Law should be dismissed because Jackson was a special deputy U.S. Marshal as part of the Florida/Caribbean Regional Fugitive Task Force. Deputy Jackson's declaration shows that he sought and maintained all of the requested documents in his role as a Special Deputy United States Marshal and at the direction of the United States Marshals Service, the Justice Department argued in a December brief. Because a court cannot compel a federal official to produce federal documents under Florida's Sunshine Law, neither the state court nor the district court had jurisdiction to grant the ACLU the relief that it sought in its mandamus petition. The ACLU argued that the public records case should not have been dismissed, contending that Jackson's applications must have been exclusively created and maintained by a federal officer to fall outside of the Sunshine Law. The simple assertion that Jackson was a federal agent does not resolve the question of whether the records are state public records, the ACLU said in a brief. When asked how the ruling would affect Sarasota residents, ACLU attorney Michael Barfield said, "This ruling will eventually lead to information revealing that our government hasn't been that transparent. My hope is this ruling will educate the residents of Sarasota as to where their tax dollars go." Herald Tribune staff writer Dan O'Shea contributed to this report. This undated file photo provided by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office shows the Stingray 2, a cellular site simulator used for surveillance purposes manufactured by Harris Corporation, of Melbourne. Cell site simulators mimic cell towers and allow police to track the location of cell phones in a particular neighborhood in real time. U.S. Patent and Trademark Office via AP, file.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt-free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.